All right. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Single Moms Conversations with Kina. Day one listeners, big up yourself. How you doing? And to all of the new listeners that are here, thank you so much for being here. You could be any place else in the world, but you're here rocking with this OG. Y'all do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, okay? All right. That way you'll be notified as to whenever your auntie is dropping another one. And yes, ladies, this podcast is for us and by us. I'm a proud single mother, and so are you. All right, so you know what, ladies, give yourselves a round of applause, okay? All right, pat yourself on the shoulder, pop your collar, do whatever it is you need to do, okay? Because you are a superstar, okay? Every single mother is amazing and she is a superstar, okay? I don't care if she feed the kids macaroni and cheese every Tuesday and Chef Boyardee on a Thursday, okay? She getting through with the skills that she got, and she figuring this thing on out as she move along in this, right? Now, don't you bougie mommies be up in here talk about, Auntie, what you mean macaroni and cheese from the box? Okay, some of y'all here bougie talk about, I'll make macaroni and cheese from the box for my kids. Girl, okay? Every mother has her own stage. Don't be like that. Be her sister and say, hey sis, you know that's not too healthy for the babies, right? Okay, that's your job. My job is to thank her for getting up, going to work, putting some food on the table, okay? And praise her if she put a vegetable with that Chef Boyardee and some fruit cocktail, okay? All right, we keeping it basic. I keep it real, okay? Some people say Auntie too gully, but that's okay. You can say what you want to say. Okay. Shout out to all the mommies who give the kids breakfast for dinner. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for even making that oatmeal. You ain't have to do it. Okay, you did, but still, thank you. Okay. This is how we do this thing here. If you're new here, this is your non-judgmental zone, right? When you're a single mother, nobody gives you the blueprint. Nobody gives you the format. Nobody tells you this is how you do it. All we know is that we in the moment, we're learning every day, and we're getting it done. Are you going to make mistakes? Yes. That's why I'm here to tell you all my mistakes. So you ain't got to make everyone. You can make some of them. Okay? That's why I'm here. I tell you my stories. I tell you how I'm navigating through this thing. My youngest child is graduating from high school next month. Okay, she got prom this weekend. We ran around last weekend. Okay, and I'm just about at the end of a child being in a public school system. She's going to college, but you know what I'm saying. So I got a lot of experience behind me. I don't have every experience, but I have a lot of experience, okay? And I'm just here to big you up and show you, if you invest in the babies, you invest in yourself, and leave all that nonsense and that ish out there where it needs to be, it's going to be a win-win for you and the babies. A win-win. I guarantee it. I'm telling you. In fact, I'm just put this out there. I'm going to give you something to think about. Okay? A lot of you ladies can handle a lot of stuff. I'm not saying it's right, but you can handle a lot of different things, right? And a lot of y'all stress and aggravation don't come from being in your situation, like being a single mother, running your home, taking care of the babies, going to work. Nah. A lot of your stress come from other people outside of your home. Okay? All right, tell me I'm wrong. I dare you. I dare you. So I'm here to tell you about that too. Eliminate all that nonsense. Eliminate all that noise. Focus in on the babies. I'm telling you, focus on yourself. And that time you talking to that relative that be going through the same stuff every year, you could be sitting in the mirror figuring out what shade of clear lip gloss goes well with your complexion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, I need every single mother who can hear my voice to be self-centered. I need you to be self-centered. I need you to be family-centered and self-centered. Well, I guess the baby is yourself. You know what I mean? We just focusing on our babies and us. Y'all know I probably botched that up, but you know what I mean. I'm your auntie. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? I need you to be self-centered. I need you to just hone in on you and yours. Okay? I'm serious. And watch a lot of issues melt away. They're going to melt right on away. I had a young lady tell me the other day, she was like, Auntie, when I just started minding my business, me and my kids' business, and we didn't care if we wasn't invited, and we didn't care about this, and we didn't care about that, my life got a lot more simpler. I said, I know. I said, see, but I know you like some drama, because I know her. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all like drama too. Cut it out. But that's when you got these TV shows. You got 90 Day Fiance. You can even go back to them Little Women of Atlanta. I love that show. I wish they bring another one out. Right? But that's why you got TV. That's why you got social media. If you want a little drama in your life. But your own drama, girl, a lot of times that's not even caused by y'all. I know some things. In fact, Auntie got her own drama, y'all. I got some drama, girl. Let me tell you. Your auntie have been working out, didn't lose a pound. I be saying I'm eating right, still be tripping. And your auntie is so tired of looking pregnant. So right now, as I'm speaking to you, your auntie got on a waist trainer. You hear me? Okay? And yeah, it's training me all right. Okay? Because if I gotta go through this to get rid of this stomach, girl, I gotta watch what I eat. So that's the drama that I got. Somebody said, Auntie, that's not real drama. Exactly. Exactly. But enough of me up here chit-chatting and carrying on. How was your Easter? How was Easter with the babies? I hope it went well, right? Like I said, I don't care if you sat in the park and put the plastic eggs down with some candy in it, with some jelly beans in it. I hope you did something for Easter with the babies, right? Because these traditions, these things that we do are going to create memories for our children. And these things will follow them as they get older. The smell of the food that you're cooking in the house, even what you clean with in your home, right? It's going to follow the babies for the rest of their lives. That your son is going to be 50 years old and say, I remember when my mother used to use this, right? Your daughter is going to be 36 years old saying, I remember when my mother used to do this. You see what I'm saying? So you are the programmer of our baby's memories. The perfume you wear, they're gonna know that smell everywhere. Let me tell you something. My mother always wore these big silver bracelets, right? They were made in Trinidad, matter of fact. She had these big silver bracelets, right? And I could hear her bracelets wherever I was. So if we were in a store, I knew how to find her, right? Well, wherever we were. So even if she was like across the room, I could hear her bracelets. Obviously, that's my mother's sound, right? Our babies are always going to remember these things. So with all of that being said, now we're going to get into the conversation. We're going to talk about you. Okay, we're going to talk about you. Somebody said, Auntie, what I do? Girl, okay, you ain't did nothing wrong. But I just want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with some ladies the other day. And I wanted them to think about just how they are showing up in the home, right? How you showing up in the home? Now, I have a different style of parenting than from the way I was raised. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I know how I felt as a child when my mother was nagging me and calling me every 2 seconds and critiquing everything that I did. Now, in her mind, what she was doing was amazing, right? I'm dead serious. But in my mind, I was like, she's getting on my nerves. Yeah. And the first chance I got to get away from that situation, I ran. I was outside. You hear me? That's why I tell you, I was outside. I didn't want to sit in the house with her. I didn't want to be around her. I was outside because there was peace outside. Right? Now, could you imagine that? Could you imagine a child not having peace in their own home? And it's not that there's anything going on that's hurtful to the child or anything like that, but it's more like, you nag me too much. Every little thing I do is bad. You yelling and screaming all the time. Everything is a problem, right? These are little children. Let's think about this, right? So I was talking with these ladies and I was just explaining to them, because they were telling me that raising girls was hard. That's what they were telling me. And I'm a girl mom, right? 3 girls. And I said to them, no, it's not. And they looked at me and said, yes, it is. And I looked at them and I said, no, it's not. And they looked at me and I looked at them. Anyway, right? And I said, no, it's actually very easy to raise girls. I have 3 daughters. So they all was like, oh, yeah, I have 3 daughters. And it was very easy. I said, my first daughter, she has her bachelor's degree. My second daughter, she's going to finish in her master's next December. All right, knock on wood. And my baby is on her way into college. 3 girls. And I said, I'm a single mother. So raising girls is not hard, because they were saying raising the boys is easier than the girls. Y'all know I don't have boy experience, right? I only know, the children that I work with. But I don't know anything else about, raising boys. So they asked me like, well, so how did you do it? I said, well, we just had a very chill house. Yo, I created the most relaxing, chillest atmosphere you could conjure up. Did I ever yell at them? Yeah, of course, I'm a parent. But that was not normal in our home. Not at all. You have some homes where yelling at the kids is normal, screaming is normal, and I know mother is frustrated when I hear that. Very frustrated. And if you are that mother, take a deep breath, right? Think before you unleash your mouth in the house. Check yourself, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to be yelling and screaming and frustrated, right? And we have all been there. Right? But I'm an OG, so I'm telling you, you take a deep breath and step backwards, right? Walk out the room backwards. Tell them, look, I'll be back. We'll talk later. I can't deal with this right now, right? Talk to them. They understand more than you think. They can understand. Listen, try it. Depending on the age. Now, don't do this to no toddler, because they don't really care, right? But regulate yourself before you talk to them about their actions, before you discipline. Regulate you before you go in screaming mommy mode, negative speaking mommy, right? Do this. So the ladies asked me, they was like, so how did you deal with the puberty, and when they got, got started their cycles and things like that? And I said, well, I have a cycle. So they looked at me and was like, okay. I said, and I let them know that this is your time. This is a time with your body. It's cleaning itself out and you need to relax, right? So Get your snacks, get your whatever it is you want. I'm a mom. I know I put that chocolate in the snack drawer. You know what I'm saying? Get your snacks, relax, get your chips, get your drink. Just go relax. And if you need to be by yourself, you need to be by yourself. You need to lay down. You need to sleep more. You need to eat more. I explained to them, your body requires more calories now. So you need to eat more. You need to relax. I'm a mother. I know, okay? It's that time for everybody, So I have to make sure our nutrition is a certain way. Their nutrition is a certain way. You're going to see me with more kale. You're going to see me with more. You might even see me with liver and banana and dumplings during this time, because I know that their body is requiring more. I want them to rest and get themselves together. I want to give them the luxury that I never had. And the ladies were kind of like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm an OG. Okay, I just wanted the girls to relax. I have a girl home, right? But me and the girls did a lot of team building. Just letting them know that I am their mom and they're in the safest place they can be in the world is with your mom. And I'm not going to tear you down. I'm going to big you up because I'm your mother, right? I'm the one who's going to try to give you as much confidence as I possibly can. Okay. Yo, I just got a message from my daughter. Her plane just landed. Super happy. Hold on. All right, I'm back. She's traveling with work, which I'm so proud of this kid. So proud of this kid, right? But it's all about team building, not nagging. If you don't have anything good to say, I need you to sit back and think about your words before you say them, right? Think about what you're about to say. Put your hand over your mouth. Now, this is going to look strange, coming from the kids' point of view. They could be looking like, why mommy is putting her hand over her mouth? Put your hand over your mouth. Speak greatness into our children. And if you feel you are going to say something or you're going to just yell and scream, if this is something you've been doing, I need you to walk backwards out that room. Okay? Whatever room you in, I need you to just start walking backwards. Start with 1, 2, 3, walk backwards out that room. Now, this is going to be strange looking, from the kids' point of view as well. And if they ask you, be honest and say, you know what, mommy was getting ready to yell, and I don't like to yell at you. Come on now, let's build these teams. I don't really like doing that, right? So I took some steps backwards. This crazy lady told me to walk backwards out the room and come back later so I could talk to you because I love you. You're my baby, Come on, mothers, we're building teams. We're building teams. The more honest you are, according to their age, it's the more respect you're going to get from them and the more trust you're going to have with the babies, right? So you catch them yelling, you might want to say, hey, did we talk about this? You see how mommy walked backwards out the room before I yell? How about you just take a deep breath before you yell, right? Because they're going to mirror you. Okay, mommy, you're everything. I love you. You see this? You see how good this is going? So to sum this all up before I get on up out of here, we want our babies to be super comfortable in our homes, right? We're not going to say no nonsense to them like, get out of my refrigerator. No, I can't stand when people say that. Get off of my couch like that. Yo, let me tell you something. Whew. That used to get on my nerves, right? So I've never said that. It's our refrigerator. It's our couch. That's why we have to treat it a certain way, just not doing what people have done to us will make you an amazing mom. And another thing you can do is think about how you felt when you were their age. Right? Our children are such an extension of us. Think about how you felt when you were their age. Okay? All right? Be the fun mommy. Okay? I ain't saying be their friend. I wasn't my daughter's friends. They had their own friends. But be the fun mommy. okay? Put some loud music on up in the house and start dancing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, ladies, we got this, all right? So y'all take a deep breath. Auntie wasn't getting on you too hard up in here now. Y'all know I wasn't. Don't be like Auntie was telling me off. I was not. But check yourself before you wreck yourself. Before Auntie have to come knocking on some doors, okay? All right. So I'm going to get on up out of here. I want to thank you so much for being here. You could be any place else in the world. And ladies, if no one has told you that they love you, I want you to know that your Auntie loves you with all my heart. And also, ladies, if you are interested in supporting the channel, supporting the podcast, right? Because I'm a one-woman show. We have our Patreon pages up. You can support us monthly by just being a member of our Patreon page. We are on YouTube as well. These podcasts are now being synced right to YouTube, right? Just to let you know, if you ever wanted to support us, we have so many podcasts now on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Which I have to go in today and take them off of private. I have to go in today and take them off of private. But we have so many podcasts that are going to be released and that are being released on YouTube right now. That's another good way to support the channel. Hitting the like button supports the channel if you cannot support financially, but we have to support one another, right? I'm a one-woman show. I am a one-woman show. I can assure you, sponsors are not running to us, and I can tell you why. Because we don't fit their agendas. We're women here who are changing generations that are coming. We do not fit their agenda, right? Sponsorships will always be lagging with us, and I'm fully aware of that, very aware of that, and I'm comfortable with that. And when I have people who want to come on the show, a lot of times they have products they want to sell us. They have things that they want us to consume from them. You see what I'm saying? I'm not about that life. Like I said, my first guest on this show is going to, and like I said, my first guest would be a single mother. So support us in any way that you can. It costs you nothing to hit that like button. It costs you nothing. But if you would like to financially contribute, it's greatly appreciated. I do pay for apps. I pay for things so that we can mix the things down. I have to pay for music every month, right? So thank you so much. If you are contributing in any way, I truly appreciate you. Okay? All right. So again, I will talk to y'all soon, and I'm going to have a video out on YouTube sometime this week. All right? All right, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Peace.